If you're looking to set up an online course on your own domain, then you've got a problem in terms of there's so many platforms to choose from. So, it can be a very time consuming and overwhelming process. So, the decision can be costly, especially if you need to reverse that decision. So, it's not one to be taken lightly. Now, there's plenty of information out there, but it's very dispersed. So certainly you can find comparisons between platform A and platform B, which is great if you've narrowed down your choice. But when you're just initially looking into it, then what you want is a comprehensive starting point that ideally would allow you to sort, filter and compare things like price, features, support, technical level, for example. That's what takes up the time. It's figuring all this stuff out. So what I'm looking to do really is just find out whether this course platform comparison tool that I'm working on is something that could be useful and might be something that you would use. If that's the case or not, then I would be grateful to get some feedback, and then I can decide whether it's something that's worth me putting any more time into or not, as the case may be. Okay, so the idea here is to create a course platform comparison tool, just to use as a starting point to be able to then reduce the wasted time and potential overwhelm that you've got when you're trying to choose which course platform is the best one for you. I want it to be comprehensive in terms of the available platforms, but also the available criteria to choose from. Criteria being things like, is it a WordPress plugin? Does it come with hosting? What's the pricing model? Is there a commission rate? Is there a free trial, money back? So all those sorts of things. The format here is Airtable. So if you're not familiar with Airtable, basically it's a tool that's designed to have all the flexibility of a database, but just to be more user friendly. So they call it a spreadsheet on steroids, and I think that's pretty fair. The process for gathering the information is basically I would go to the website. So here we've got an example of Thrive Apprentice, and then I would fill in the information of each criteria. So let's say, for example, custom branding. And go to the website obviously and see what I can find out about custom branding, and then make a selection there. Is it quite flexible, is it limited, or is it completely customizable? So next to each of the main criteria is also this optional notes field. So basically that just allows me to put additional information in. So for example, here I'm setting whether course templates are available or not, but obviously I can find a lot more information about that, and I'm just basically copying and pasting that information into there, and that can be used or not used as anyone wishes to. Okay, so I'd like to show you the different field types. Let me start with the check type. So that is the most straightforward. It's basically if it's a WordPress plugin, then you simply check it. So if we go to group here and we choose, so look, WordPress plugin, then as you can see it groups all the ones that have WordPress plugin checked and those that are not, and you can sort of hide that as well if you wish. So that just means you can get, if you're only interested in WordPress plugins, and if you were to group it like that, then there you go, Bob's your uncle. So with a single select you can make one choice. Okay, so we can see there are different choices you can make, but you can only make one choice. Again, this is really good for grouping. So if you group here by pricing model like that, then you can see there you've got it grouped here into those that are available as annual and monthly, and those that are annual and quarterly, and those that are annual only. So now here, this is basically just a very basic field type So what I've chosen to do here is just include the lowest price and the highest price, so you can see a range there. What you can do here with something like this is then simply sort it based on highest to lowest. So if we go to lowest price there, so there, as you can see, so the lowest price one will come up first and the highest price obviously at the bottom. Now another thing you can do here is to filter it. So you might be thinking, well, I can't afford to pay any more than $150 a year. So if we go to lowest price there, and we want everything that is less than 150. So there you go. So that's basically filtered out anything that's over 150, which could be useful. The other main field type that I tend to use is the multiple select. So if we use this in conjunction with the filter, let's go to support type. Let's say we want to make sure that any platform that we choose has email, has a knowledge base, let's say priority support, for example. So here you can see that hasn't narrowed things down much. If I'd selected has all of, then there you go, that's considerably narrowed it down. So that's how you can use that. I'll show you another example here. So we've got content creation formats, and let's say we just wanted the ones that have video. So we go to filter, add a condition, content creation formats as all of, let's go for video and quizzes. Okay, so there you go, that's narrowed that down a little bit. Okay, so we've covered grouping, sorting, and then there's filtering. Okay, so let me just go over some of the other criteria for you here so you can see what else is available. So we've got custom branding and styling, that is in a single select. Course templates, single select. Editing options here, that's multiple select. Setup wizard, that is check, obviously. Course content features, multiple select. Gamification, is it built in? Single select. Student features, multiple select. Student management, multiple select. Analytics, are analytics and reporting available? Integration categories, and then we've got marketing features, multiple. Affiliate program, security features, course delivery options, community and social aspect available. Can you import? Full import available, partial, none, yes with caveats. So there we go. You get the idea. Those at the moment are more or less all the criteria that I've selected. So part of the problem here is there's so much. So this is where hidden fields can come in. So let's say, for example, the integration categories is not that important to you. Integration categories, and then we can simply hide it like that. So you can do that with as many things as you want to. So one handy thing is with the notes, because every criteria generally has a note field as well. So you could go and hide all the notes. Notes. Then we have views. What I would do normally, or what I would suggest if you're using this, what you should do is set up different views. So the thing to do then is take your original, duplicate it, so then this one is not affected. Okay, so you've still got that, it's your full and complete one, and then this one You could then hide all those fields, notes on, notes, notes, notes sort of thing, rename it. Similarly, you could do that with groups. So you've got a group view there, like that, which you can set on any criteria. So again, this one here is a price sort. So basically what I've done here is it is grouped there, but then it's sorted by price. Okay, so you've got all these different options in terms of how things are displayed. Now we can go through a full example of how you might use it. So I would recommend starting by creating a new view. Just call this test sample. Alright, so let's say for example that you want to initially sort by price, and we can set the criteria here of lowest price, and we want the lowest price first. So there we go, 100, 120, 140, 149, 199. Let's also say that we want to make sure we've got a money back guarantee on any that we choose. We can group that by money back. So if there's any without a money back guarantee, then they would not be in this group. We can subgroup this by adding a subgroup. So a subgroup here might be, say, the pricing model. Alright, so everything here has got a money back guarantee, but now we've subgrouped it so you can see which ones are annual and monthly, which ones are annual and quarterly, and which ones are annual only. And of course it's still sorted within each group by lowest to highest. So then we might want to filter some things out. So let's say on support type, let's say we only want the options that include email support. So we can go to filter, add a condition, name there is type email. Alright, so that is not going to narrow it down, but it's just by way of an example. Then say we go to student features. So here we've got student features, and let's say having the ability to create assignments is important for you, so you want to narrow that down. Okay, so we can add another condition. There any of our assignments. So that has narrowed that down quite considerably. Okay, so you might want to sort in terms of your own criteria. Let's say you've just decided, well, this one is the one that I like best, or this is the one that I want to look into next. So you can add in a column of your own here. You go to number there, sort. Okay, go one, go to sort there, find a field, sort to, and then you can set that to either automatically sort those records or not, and that's useful, just making your own sorting choices. So another thing you might want to do is set up a status. So this allows you just to then signify where you're up to. So considering, researching, testing, no. Considering, researching, and then again you might just want to group that. So you can see all the ones you're researching, all the ones you're considering, all the ones that you're testing. Et voila. So that's more or less it. What I really appreciate is just any feedback, really. If you think it would be useful, if you think it would be something you use, if there's any particular platforms that you want me to prioritize, let me know in the comments. If you want to be kept updated on progress on this, there should be a link to register your interest, and then I'll let you know as soon as I've moved this forward or not. We shall see.